The corridors once echoed with ceremony. Every gesture carried applause. Every glance confirmed importance. But now, the sound has changed. The throne room stands in stillness, draped not in music, but in meaning. The chosen enters alone, footsteps soft against marble that once trembled under procession. The title has been removed. The crown rests where light no longer reaches. What looks like loss is only transition. Heaven does not strip, it refines. The gold of recognition must melt before it can be recast as glory. The weight of earthly esteem fades, leaving only the fragrance of obedience. Power has shifted dimensions. What was external now burns within. He removes kings and sets up kings. Daniel 2, verse 21. The angels watch in reverent silence as the symbols of authority dissolve. The robe of rank, the ring of status, the applause of courtiers, all dismissed by one divine decree. This identity no longer fits. No humiliation follows, only holiness. Heaven has called for reclassification. The soul that once ruled men is now being prepared to serve God directly. Silence replaces ceremony, yet the stillness is sacred. What mortals call dethroning is merely redesign. The chosen bows without instruction, and the heavens register agreement. The title is gone, but destiny remains untouched, waiting to be renamed by light. If something precious was taken from you lately, type 999. Heaven ends nothing without beginning something greater. The removal is not rejection, it's realignment. You're being uncrowned only to be recrowned in purity. The chamber of rule stands untouched, yet changed. Where once conversation thundered, stillness now reigns. The throne remains, but its authority has evaporated into air, not through rebellion, but by release. Every seat of power eventually meets this moment when purpose expires. Dust gathers where attendants once bowed. Curtains sway as if sighing in relief. The throne, once burdened with command, now feels light as forgiveness. It is not an end, it is a Sabbath for power itself. Heaven has declared rest over the reign of self. I will give you a new name that the mouth of the Lord shall name. Isaiah 62, verse 2. What was taken from the chosen was never truly theirs. It was on loan from providence, a tool for training the soul in stewardship. Now, the tool returns to its maker. The vacancy left behind is not emptiness, but invitation. A greater name is being written where the title once stood. The throne becomes altar. The ruler becomes worshiper. No applause, no audience, only presence. This is a sacred reversal, the moment when dominion bends into devotion. Heaven calls it promotion through humility. The chosen does not reach for crown. Hands once skilled in command now rest open, waiting for assignment. The throne does not call them back, because they have outgrown it. If what once defined you has fallen silent, type 999. It means the throne of your old identity is resting. Heaven is clearing space for a higher form of rule, leadership born from surrender. In the dim corridor transition, the symbols are gathered one by one. The robe is folded, its fabric still humming with echoes of ceremony. The scepter lies on the table, its shine dull beneath softer light. The signet ring slips easily from the hand that no longer needs it. Everything that once declared status now confesses season. No soldiers march, no crowd mourns. The ritual is invisible but complete. Heaven conducts its ceremonies in silence, for only angels must witness detachment. The chosen stands lighter with every layer removed. What once clothed authority now exposes authenticity. Each object carries memory, voices of praise, hours of pride, moment of illusion. They fall away like leaves at winter's call. In the still air, a truth whispers, you were never what you wore. The garments did not define the soul. They disguised it. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Matthew 6, verses 19 to 21. When the last symbol is gone, the atmosphere shifts. A strange freedom takes the place of formality. It feels like loss, yet the spirit inhales relief for the first time in years. No crown, no robe, no ring, yet never more royal than now. This is a detachment ritual, the shedding of borrowed glory to reveal original design. Nakedness before heaven is not shame, it's readiness. If everything familiar seems to be falling away, type 999. You are not being stripped. You are being simplified. Heaven is removing the costume of old identity so your true nature can finally breathe. Beyond mortal kingdoms, a tribunal of light convenes. No marble walls enclose it. No guards stand watch. The floor is woven from radiance, the ceiling from awareness. Here, authority itself is examined, not by peers but by purpose. Every act, every motive, every hidden thought is laid bare before the throne that governs thrones. The chosen stands unarmed, no robes, no title, no defense. Only truth clothes him now. Angels record not deeds but intentions, tracing history in streaks of fire. The sound is neither accusation nor applause. It is assessment. Heaven does not judge to punish. It evaluates to realign. A voice older than creation speaks through silence. Service complete. Assignment fulfilled. Prepare for reassignment. The words fall like oil, not thunder. They carry peace heavy enough to break pride. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that each one may receive what is due for the things done while in the body. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 10. Light scans through memory, dissolving residue of ambition. What remains glows with obedience. The record closes itself. The scroll of titles fades into vapor. Heaven signs a decree. Now he serves as himself. The court disperses without sound. Only the fragrance of mercy lingers. On earth, nothing seems changed, yet destiny has been rewritten in gold invisible to eyes. If you feel your life being quietly reviewed, type 999. It is not punishment. It is promotion by purification. Heaven is auditing your motives before expanding your mission. Stand still. The verdict is favor. When the proclamations end, only breath remains. The chosen sits within that breath, surrounded by an unfamiliar quiet. There are no audiences left to impress, no causes left to prove. Without title, the world feels smaller, but the soul feels limitless. The dismantling begins not outside, but within. Names dissolve. Labels fade like smoke in morning light. Every borrowed word, leader, ruler, savior, falls away. For the first time, the chosen meets the self unguarded by recognition. It is terrifying and tender. This is how God reintroduces a soul to its origin. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 5 verse 3. The silence presses, but it does not suffocate. It baptizes. Here, humility is not humiliation. It is a cooling of the soul after long years of battle. Even memory feels quieter, as if heaven has turned down the volume of history. Without identity, there is intimacy. The chosen speaks less and hears more. The absence of applause reveals a deeper rhythm, the steady heartbeat of belonging. Heaven does not rush this phase. It allows time to empty every pocket of pride. The dismantling is sacred surgery, removing every trace of title that hides truth. In this silence, the chosen learns that destiny is not performed. It is embodied. If silence has replaced what once defined you, type 999. It's not emptiness, it's elevation. Heaven quiets the outer world to awaken your inner one. You are not losing identity. You are discovering origin. The mirror stands unchanged, yet everything reflected has shifted. Where the crown once rested, there is only skin, bare, luminous, undecorated. The chosen stares, waiting for discomfort to rise. But it does not. Instead, there's quiet relief. Without adornment, the face feels weightless, finally belonging to its owner. The world's reflection once dictated worth. Now, the gaze looks deeper, searching not for admiration but for alignment. The absence of symbols reveals substance. Each line, each scar, each faint imperfection becomes testimony. Proof of survival sanctified. Beauty has outgrown approval. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. 1 Samuel 16 verse 7. This is the test of vanity. To face yourself without performance. To behold what remains when presentation ends. The chosen feels no shame, no pride, only peace. It is a strange freedom, being unadorned before destiny. What once demanded attention now invites reflection. The mirror is no longer an instrument of ego, but a witness of evolution. It reflects not glamour, but grace. The light in the eyes is not ambition. It is awareness. Heaven has replaced appearance with authority. To pass this test is to become untouchable by flattery. When the world cannot offer what God already affirmed, vanity loses its grip. The chosen smiles not at beauty, but at becoming. If you stopped chasing approval and started sensing peace, type 999. You are passing the test of vanity. Heaven is teaching you to recognize worth without mirrors. You've traded image for identity and won. Whispers rise before words do. Courtiers, companions, and critics gather where echoes used to be, wondering how silence could feel so powerful. They see the chosen without the crown and mistake stillness for loss. Their eyes scan for failure, but what they find unnerves them: peace, unbothered and unbroken. Rumors bloom like wildflowers after rain. He's fallen, some say. She's been forgotten, others insist. But heaven listens, smiling, for misunderstanding is a camouflage of destiny. The true work of God always begins when spectators grow certain it has ended. Those who love the title grieve its absence. Those who love the person stay. And those who never loved at all vanish, proving themselves unnecessary for the next chapter. Every reaction becomes revelation. The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. Psalm 118, verse 22. Earthly witnesses do not know they are watching rebirth in disguise. They mistake divine transition for human tragedy. Yet, in their confusion, the prophecy advances. For each whispered disgrace, heaven writes a line of grace. The chosen walks among them quietly. Every step carries authority deeper than recognition. The absence of title exposes the presence of truth. Even those who mock begin to lower their tone, for something in them senses that the story is not over. If people have misread your silence, type 999. They're witnessing your transformation without understanding it. Heaven hides glory in humility until it's safe to reveal. You haven't fallen, you're being rewritten. In the unseen chambers of heaven, the forge glows. It is not made of fire, but of will. Here, destinies are melted, hammered, and shaped again under the rhythm of divine breath. The crown that once symbolized authority now lies molten, its metal purified of pride. Every spark that rises sings of redemption. Angels move with the precision of artisans. They dip their hands into liquid light, folding it over itself until meaning returns. The gold remembers every praise, every wound, every lesson. It is being remade into something incorruptible. What was once ornament is becoming ordinance. He will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. Malachi 3 verse 3. The chosen is not present, yet their essence fills a room. Heaven works from memory, crafting a new authority tailored to humility. The hammering is rhythmic, almost tender. Each strike removes residue of ego. Each pause seals endurance. This is divine metallurgy, the making of eternal regalia. When the process ends, nothing of the old design remains. The metal cools, transparent as glass yet stronger than diamond. It no longer glitters for attention. It glows for assignment. The forge sighs satisfied. What the world saw melt in defeat now solidifies as destiny. If your life feels like fire and pressure, type 999. You are not breaking. You're being reforged. Every spark, every heat, every silence is heaven refining you. What emerges will never rust again. When the refining is finished, heaven issues a new decree. No trumpets, no witnesses. Only light descending like ink upon the pages of time. The chosen's name appears again, not beneath the old title, but beside a new one, servant of radiance. It carries no hierarchy, only harmony. Authority has changed its texture. The new dominion is quieter, but deeper. It rules not through command, but through consistency. Every action becomes legislation. Every word carries gravity. This reign is not political. It is prophetic. It governs hearts before it governs systems. And you shall reign in life through the one, Jesus Christ. Romans 5, verse 17. The chosen receives no instructions, only intuition. Purpose now flows like breath, effortless, unforced, inevitable. Where they once issued orders, now they extend peace. Where they once demanded loyalty, now they inspire transformation. This is kingship reborn as service. The world calls it influence. Heaven calls it inheritance. No crown sits upon the head, but authority rests on the aura. The chosen's presence corrects chaos, not by decree but by example. Even storms hesitate when humility enters a room. This is the true dominion. Rule without rivalry, command without noise. The throne may be gone, but the kingdom has expanded. The chosen has been reassigned to reign invisibly, eternally. If your purpose feels redirected, type 999. It means authority has changed form, not vanished. You're entering a season of rulership through peace, governing not by power, but by presence. Heaven has spoken, yet earth has not been informed. The chosen rises from the quiet forge of destiny and steps into daylight unnoticed. No parade greets this coronation. No rogue trails behind. The anointing is invisible but undeniable. Crowds brush past, unaware that royalty walks beside them. Heaven hides what it honors until the world is ready to receive it. Every step carries the weight of divine appointment, though the feet tread on ordinary ground. It is a strange existence, living between realms, belonging fully to neither. The chosen has become a secret carried by light. Do not forget to entertain strangers, for by so doing some have entertained angels unawares. Hebrews 13, verse 2. There is no throne to return to, no title to announce. Every marketplace, every street, every whispered encounter becomes ministry. Power has taken off its armor and clothed itself in humanity. This is the humble march, the procession of hidden majesty. The chosen learn to live in paradox. Exalted yet unseen, appointed yet unacknowledged. Their steps echo softly in eternity, leaving footprints shaped like mercy. Heaven calls us to walk between worlds, the space where servants rule and rulers kneel. Each step is a coronation, invisible to eyes but celebrated in realms that never sleep. This is what it means to be royal after crown, to rule without recognition, to serve without applause, to walk as both king and pilgrim. If you felt unseen while walking faithfully, type 999. Heaven conceals what it crowns. You are not hidden from purpose. You are hidden for purpose. Your footsteps are sermons written in silence. Above the chosen's head, there is no metal, yet light bends differently. A soft circumference of radiance encircles the air, seen not by eyes but by spirit. It is the invisible crown, the evidence of divine legitimacy. Heaven no longer adorns with gold. It adorns with glory. The chosen feels no weight upon the head, yet carries the gravity of grace. This crown cannot slip, cannot tarnish, cannot be stolen. It shines only when humility holds steady. Every act of mercy polishes it brighter. Every selfless choice adjusts its fit. You have made them a little lower than the angels and crowned them with glory and honor. Psalm 8, verse 5. Earthly royalty depends on recognition. Spiritual royalty depends on reflection. The invisible crown does not declare, it reveals. Its purpose is not to impress, but to influence. Wherever the chosen walks, atmosphere rearranges. Hearts soften, storms quiet, conversations turn holy. This is dominion through demeanor. Authority expresses calm. The world senses majesty, but cannot locate its source. It is not charisma, it is consecration. The invisible crown glows brighter in hiddenness. For in heaven's design, anonymity is armor. Only those who no longer crave validation can safely carry visibility. This is what true royalty feels like. Honor without audience, holiness without hierarchy. If you felt unseen yet unshaken, type 999. You're wearing the crown heaven trusts only to the humble. Every time you choose peace over pride, it gleams brighter. Your royalty is spiritual and therefore eternal. Heaven never ends a chapter without writing its resurrection. The title once removed is being rewritten in another tongue, one too sacred for earthly documents. In the archives of eternity, beside the chosen's name, a new decree is forming. It speaks not of position, but of purpose fulfilled through purity. There will come a time, known only to light, when what was stripped will return transfigured, not as status, but as stewardship. The new crown will not rest upon the head, but upon the heart. The coronation will not require audience. Creation itself will bow. Humble yourselves under God's mighty hand, that he may exalt you in due time. 1 Peter 5, verse 6. This reinstatement is not reward, it is recognition. Heaven exalts only what has survived fire, without complaint. The chosen has been weighed, melted, and measured, and found faithful. The next coronation will not resemble the first. No trumpets, no thrones, no decrees, only radiance. The old kingdom needed a ruler. The new one needs a reflection. The chosen has become that mirror, polished by surrender. In this state, elevation no longer tempts, it humbles. Glory now carries grace instead of grandeur. When heaven crowns again, it will be eternal. For what has been purified cannot be dethroned. This is a prophecy of reinstatement. Not a return to rule, but a rise into remembrance. If you sense something greater forming beyond your losses, type 999. You are being prepared for a coronation unseen by crowds. The next crown will not rest on your head. It will live within your light. Without warning, the ship begins to echo across borders. No broadcast, no decree, only an undercurrent of reverence spreading through hearts. Nations cannot name it, yet leaders feel it in their sleep. Something invisible has changed hands. The throne of influence has moved without ceremony. Policies soften, storms pause, conflicts ease for reasons data cannot explain. Some call it coincidence, others call it timing, but heaven calls it confirmation. The chosen's new reign has begun, not through governance, but through gravity. Authority flows like scent, filling spaces without permission. The earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. Psalm 24, verse 1. The world responds to spiritual kingship before it recognizes it. News anchors speak calmer tones. Artists create in harmony again. Even nature mirrors alignment. Every ripple of peace becomes a signal that the mantle has shifted. The chosen does not post, boast, or proclaim. Heaven promotes through resonance, not reputation. Influence expands invisibly, carried on the breath of faith. Wherever this vibration reaches, healing begins. People sense restoration but cannot trace its origin. Even adversaries grow hesitant, speaking with newfound respect. They don't understand why, but their spirits do. This is global honor without announcement, a coronation conducted through consciousness. If you felt unseen waves of favor surrounding you, type 999. The world is aligning with your assignment. Recognition is happening in silence. Heaven is amplifying your name where you've never spoken it. The night is quiet again, but it no longer feels like loss. The chosen kneels before the invisible throne, not to reclaim what was taken, but to thank the one who replaced it. What began as removal ends as revelation. The royal title is gone, but divine authority breathes in its place. Hands lift slowly, not in demand but devotion. This is not a plea for restoration. It is a recognition of rebirth. Every tear shed during dethroning now glitters as offering. Heaven accepts humility as the purest gold. Lord, you give and you take away. Blessed be your name. Job 1, verse 21. The prayer begins softly, a river finding its course. Lord, thank you for removing what was temporary. Thank you for teaching us that crowns are seasons, not selves. Strip us until only truth remains. Dress us again in purpose untainted by pride. Crown us not with metal, but with mercy. Each line folds into the next like incense rising. The words do not climb upward. They sink deeper into the core being. It is here that identity is restored, not as a title, but as truth. Heaven answers without sound, sealing the chosen in peace. The removal has done its work. Now, the soul wears stillness like regalia. The title is gone, but the crown, eternal, unseen, rests perfectly. If this prayer resonates in your spirit, type 999. Heaven restores what ego lost. You are not reclaiming rank. You are reclaiming reality. Let mercy become your crown and gratitude your throne. If your crown was removed, type 999. It means the season of endings has fulfilled its purpose. Completion is not collapse. It's coronation in disguise. Heaven removes titles to reveal names written in eternal ink. Walk humbly, shine quietly. The world may see a dethroning, but heaven witnesses a recrowning. You've been freed from the weight of image to carry the ease of essence. You were never meant to reign by recognition. You were born to rule by reflection. When you move, heaven remembers its own order. Where peace is your diadem, let mercy be your scepter. The prophecy is complete. The crown has fallen only to rise higher. Titles fade, purpose remains. You have crossed from borrowed glory into eternal grace. No ceremony announced your return, because heaven prefers silence for sacred things. Now, wherever you walk, creation sees its king restored, not by power, but by purity. May every loss reveal your lineage, and every ending unveil your eternal rank.